Practice makes perfect, or something like that. You know how it goes. Well, get a quick Alice on the day. Ooh, did not like that angle I took. I went low, but I should have gone back high. Ooh. Not a good miss up. get through the Owls fight quickly today. Okay. I never posted that streaming. Oh, whoops. I would never make a mistake like that. You win and doubt, just get lucky on this. Hate practicing this part. It's like, you focus up early on the fight, and then this part's just kind of boring. But you gotta practice it so you can get to the part after it. I mean, sure, you can skip to it, but like, I do like to practice the whole boss in a row, right? really... I'll practice Concerto Grosso by itself because it takes so long to get there. It's such a... Make a choice. You got like two choices. You go left, you go right. And there's like never one that's like all like... There's not one that's like obviously the correct answer every time. Or even most of the time. Like, sometimes it goes well. Sometimes you make the wrong choice. And sometimes you make the right choice, but, you just input it wrong. Play a little too greedy with my moves. Which you don't do. Really bad wave. You know, I had it like first try today. Well, it's been not the best on the other attempts. Fuck. Low humor. Practice, practice, practice. Good. That's what happens when you move too quickly. get a good view, you can practice early. Knife dodge is always tricky because I don't know the exact spot for it. Don't cut me over there. I'm curious. There's like a lineup I can use. I think I can use the corner of the fan. Maybe base myself around it. I used to think that I need to bait it to the left, but nowadays I think I just need to bait it to the right. I think that's what that is. So if I stand on the cross between the bottom corner of the fan and the blossom, and perfect cherry blossom, that lineup looks great. Fortunately, that tricky knife dodge you never have to dodge with the bubbles. The bubbles really don't matter. Let me do it again. Let me do it a few more times. Try to get that location. Down pat. Why did I go back over there? Actually, is that ever the play? Hold up. Is that ever just the play for making it better? Making me not have to do that awkward knife dodge? I think it just is. You can follow that back to the middle. It makes the attack free. Freer than it was before. Oh, so we go over to the right. Dodge that wave. So we line ourselves up right here. That'll make this line up smooth. Then we immediately cut middle. And just find our way back to the outside. I don't even think we need to do a reline up. Yeah, I think that's just... That's fair. Let's do it a few times. Do it again. You gotta be careful not to be too far to the right. You also gotta not do that. Oh, it's so nice. Look at this view. Now the trick is going to be doing this line up in the middle of a run. And there's pressure on me to get the lineup right. I need to practice the last part of the attack. It's just the two dodges, and then the dodge back. The only things that are really threatening here. One more time. Then I'll go delude myself in some butterflies. Illusion. Might as well do this in RB once while I'm here. And then we'll go rip runs. Hello there, Toaster. I was just ripping some Yuriko practice. Well, practice across the board before I rip some runs. But I also spent about 5 minutes on the knife non because I had a strat adjustment. I thought up a new route, so then I practiced that. No, I'm just finishing up my practice before I go rip runs. Are the runs going? They're not going anywhere because there hasn't been any runs yet today. Today's been practice so far. They will be going shortly. Give me, ideally, a couple minutes. Okay, let me go back to that knife knot one more time. So you gotta play till your hands hurt, and then you gotta keep playing. Okay. That's all I have to do. Nope, do not turn on auto bomb. Hey, let's proceed with the Chen like usual. My favorite part of this game. So hey, congrats anyway. First time I beat USD was with continues. First time I beat this game was with continues. I guess the first game I ever beat that didn't use continues was Mountain of Faith, but that's because it just doesn't have the traditional continue method. Yeah, once you see it, there's the attitude. See, that's what you gotta get. Well, the good news is I'm not there yet, so I don't know quite the extent of how much of a nightmare it is. But it is it's a grind. Even in a relatively easier one, quote unquote, like this. But it depends on your how good you are at committing yourself to this. Kaguya's a top tier. Or, Kaguya's solid. My problem with Kaguya is that she just kind of gets ignored. And it's not, and I mean, it's just kind of like, you know, what is Zun gonna do with her? She's, you know, she locks herself in a room all day. But like, you know, Raisin and Moko, you know, both in canon and fanon, in all honesty, like, they're everywhere, right? Like, you see those two all the time, but you don't really see Kaguya and Eren as much. Even Eren at least gets a bit of conversation. At least I feel like she has more lore around her than, like, Kaguya. So I just Kaguya's used more. She has an attack that is regarded as one of the hardest attacks in Shoot the Bullet, and I did it on my first attempt. Kaguya Fumo, nice. I got Yuyuko, Suwako, and Junko Fumos. It's worth noting, none of them are like my top 5 favorite characters. It's just those are the ones that were on sale at a given time, and those are the ones I picked. Well, okay, Yuyuko's top 5 probably. So, you know, I immediately take my cool back, but hey, thanks for the good luck episode. Well, here's my question, family team. What is your thought of DDC? Like there are 6 different playable characters in DDC, and how much I support you on your quest to potentially pivot to DDC grind will depend greatly on who you intend to play in DDC. Like, if you told me you were gonna play, Reimu, hey, it's okay, that's a good one. See, I'm not gonna give you any shots for that one. It's a more than fair and respectable choice, you know. I was just really concerned you were gonna say like, oh, Murasei. And before you say you're not insane enough to do that, you are an OSD player. And a Marissa A USD player at that. I'd almost be tempted to also call you insane for being a player or a controller, but, like, you know, there are many people who do that. I just find it bizarre myself, and I could not play a controller. Of course, I could if I spent my, you know, hundreds of hours into Touhou on controller instead of keyboard, but I'll still pretend that you're insane for using a controller. Although it does help me a lot that I have spent a large part of my life playing games on computers. Although usually WASD, not D-pad, but, you know, close enough. What's your second hand? Well, I mean, you get them via whatever means you can get them, right? Like, Fumos are not the most easily distributable and accessible goods on the market. I don't care if there's a difference, family, between, like, oh, you know, only, like, the 8th hardest run versus, like, the 2nd, like, the 3rd hardest run or some shit, okay? You know, they're still top 10. Is he using Rock Game anyway? I like the homing. I've always liked homing, so that's why I keep with it. Lunatics. Ah, yeah, I can imagine. Ooh, I did not like that one. Ooh, I don't like this at all. What are you doing, Jen? Oof, yeah. Some fun places. I guess I'm fairly generous here in the US, at least where I am for now. Is relatively tame on that type of thing. It's just shipping costs. Like shipping, like it really depends on where I get things from foreign over here. Kind of the reason I bought like multiple Fumos together, because like the shipping cost of combined things is fairly much larger than just for one thing. And I feel like if I ever order something, it's like a large percent of the cost overseas. Oh, that depends on the goods, because like I have the Katsuki Records CDs, a bunch of them, and those came overseas, and those, I mean, those are also very small goods, to be fair. But those, shipping and handling-wise, is not bad at all. But, you know, conveniently, there's like a billion different, or I guess unconveniently at times, there's like a billion different countries, and every single one of them has different regulations on this type of thing, so... How convenient. Yeah, how many Touhou games are on Steam? Is it like... I know they had 10 plus, I think. Are they down to 7 and 8 or something? I know he originally put like a few on there. I think after 9 was 9 of them. So it is. Yeah, cause I knew he had the newest spin-offs on there. It's just the only games I've actually like gone to check to see on there are 19 and 18. What is 5? Those are the only ones on. Killer first. I don't like shooting. Those are the only ones on there that are only games that I started playing after I got into Touhou. When I originally got into it, I grabbed all the games from a legit source. Definitely, Family Team ran to me down the street, so. But especially that's how I got all the legit versions of the PC98 games when I played them. Going up for it. Just a link for that. Yeah, but I appreciate asking for it. But yeah, I don't mind. Now, if it turns out that someone says, "Hey, that's a bad link," I'm gonna have to give you the axe on that one. Sorry about it. I don't make the rules. I do make them, but I'm gonna say I don't. You install a virus on people's computers. Them's the boots. No need to explain. I'll explain. It's a very fun time, and everyone gets. It's like Christmas. We'll celebrate. I mean, I've never had anyone come in here and throw a bad link. That's not a bot. It's not a bot showing up and being like, here's viewers. You want to buy viewers? Here you go. Here's botting, boys. Let's go. Woo-wee. Okay, I'd prefer if Chen wasn't a rat this time around. It probably... I assume it would let you combine things. At least it's from the same country. I may be wrong, because I don't really shop through them much, but I think I bought something from them, like, once before. But, don't they act like a kind of like a place where, like, they buy it from, like, place and then like they send it to like their own warehouse, so it's kind of like a third person type of purchase where it's like they'll buy everything, send it there, and then send it out, so it kind of ends up all coming together, even if it's buying from separate locations. I may be mistaken. I know there are foreign places that do that type of thing. They kind of act like a third person for shipping overseas and stuff. I'm not that familiar with Akiba Hobby. A late kill? I guess that must have been really bad damage on the first go around. Okay, don't be cringe, Tim. It's just the blue balls that really are cringe. The regular bullets aren't bad, just the blue balls force weird things at times. Okay, don't be a Kimantoko. Don't be a bad one. What are you doing? She just... Why would you not move ever? Kimantoko. I mean, if I'm going to rank the attacks in order of, like, the biggest problems in this game, it's, spam is number 1. That's the, stage 6 stage portion. Helgod Sword is number 2. That's Yomu's first spell. Lunasa non-2. That's probably my third artist. Prism River final spell. That's probably number 4. And then, obviously, I put Kimantoko at 5. Which goes to show how annoying Kimantoko is, but also how relatively tame this game is. Like, it's got its steep points for sure, but... You know, you could combine all the worst attacks in this game, like, take those 5 attacks, put them in a row, and you're still talking about like a fight that's probably easier than Remy. Yeah, if you're including spam, okay, maybe it's more contestable, but like that's not including everything else in that game. But practice and patience are the 2 most important things. You know, I mean, I know I can cap everything. I know I can beat everything. Like, I've done it before. It's just doing it all in a row is a lot of practice. But honestly, it's more practice in this, or it's more patience in this practice. I feel personally. Some may disagree with me, and you know what? You can do that. That's fine. Order maxing. Oh, what an early second border. I wonder if the early second border screws me over. I wonder if I can go for the first one, but I should just never go for the second border. Because it might screw me over for spam. At the very least, at least for that, though, I can, like, if I'm on Yomu, sure, it's a little annoying, but I can always just be like, hey, what's my border at? Try to play around it. As much as, like, stalling, like, 3 cons or something is, I'd rather stall 3 cons for a border than have a border on spam. At least Chen isn't Ringo or Kogasa. I don't like overlapping waves. Yeah, like that. Look at that. One at a time. One at a time. Oh, I would have been dead half a second, quarter of a second later. Game makes me hate Chen. The Prism Rivers I'm a little up or down on. Every other fight I like in this game. It's just Chen is annoying. Hardest part of the game right here. Okay, now we're actually at the hardest part of the game. Red goes left, blue goes right. At least I've gotten better about not dying to the part that shouldn't against Chen. Say that watch me die to this spell. I really chose a bad gap there. Ooh, that's not the one to go for. Okay, come on. She was cutting right, then she went back left. Or not. She keeps feigning to the right. Okay, slightly sketchy early, but the late part of that was pretty smooth. I thought you said, Family Team, that that you realized that Kaguya was cringe. Whoa, that's not the... Whoa. Oh, son of a bitch, that was real dead. Again, you know what? You know, the Kaguya fight. I'm not saying Kaguya herself. The Kaguya fight. Big difference to those two. Oh, that was just really bad played all around. I mean, it's a good Kimi Toko, but... Wah. Although I'd say you mentioned the games you might go to, Family Team. I'll say this: I looked at that list for like if you're gonna like pivot and maybe do like 2 games or some shit. I feel like if you go to Mystic Square, you might hate yourself fighting Yumiko. You know, maybe not, maybe not. You know, just saying that as a broad stance. I like the Eren fight, but I've always had distaste towards it just because it kind of gets, like, completely... It feelingly gets overshadowed by Kaguya. As, like, the actual, like, final boss. It's always why I've, like, never been the biggest fan of the alternate, like, paths in that game, but... IN is, like, potentially the most loved game, at least amongst... more casual people. Yeah, but the developments on making Yumiko less cringe, I don't like. Personally speaking. But... like, if I'm gonna... If I already don't like the idea of skipping Cat's Walk and such, I'm not gonna like the idea of skipping her bad attacks. Yumiko's. Oh, you're not skipping them. Yeah, but, like, you're timing him out, so you're kind of skipping, like, the hard part, or the hardest part of it. Like, I wouldn't say the hard part. base attack, the attack is still very difficult, but... That's why in this game, like, I could time out Youmuu's mid-boss from Stage 5, and I would skip Preda. And mind you, if I did that, I would have one better run, because I've had an LNN case die to Preda before, but I don't do that, right? Personally speaking. Well, isn't her only, like, true rage phase, her final? Does she have any other actual rage phase? Because I thought her final was, like, memed as, like, the hardest rage phase because it's so absurdly stupid. Like, the hardest rage phase in Touhou, but... Or is that a different PC98 boss? Is that Gang? Is that Gengetsu that I'm thinking of? Or is it Yumiko? I don't know, some of those bosses get jumbled together to me. Okay, I was mixing up that one. So never mind. So one of the hardest things for categorizing PC98 is there isn't actually, like, names of attacks. Right? Like, sure, we have Petaflare because we have current Petaflare that we can compare it to, right? Like, you talk about, oh, Shiki's, what was it, Devil's Recitation? That we could compare it to with, like, the Octarian's version of that attack. But, like, there's so many attacks that are just like, oh, yeah, Yuki and Mai 2. Because they don't have names. So it's hard to remember what's what as much, right? I don't know. I mean, when I say, understand what I'm about to say has no meaning in the slightest, because I probably will not play this game out on a high level for a long time, but just like with Shinki, right? It's like, in the 1cc, I timed out her attacks because you can save spot G's time them out, but I probably wouldn't do that in a real run. I would save spot things, but when the safe spot leads to a timeout, it's like I've talked about with Yoshika, right? You know, if I played TD, I would at least as I currently stand, you know. That was kind of an awkward clump she tried to do there. You know, take it with a grain of salt, you know, I actually have to do it before my words mean anything, really. It's like with Yoshika, it's like I don't really, like... It's like I understand her final's stupid, but, like... I don't like it when I swing right and then she goes back to the left. Oh, you frickin' rat. Oh, I hate Chen sometimes. She keeps doing this thing. She keeps baiting going to the right and then just doesn't go to the right. Oh, I'm really high on that border right now. What's it to be this time, Chen? The chest or the head? You know, that was really unnecessarily tight. I have to just try to force myself to lock in if I get to Chen. Have a good one, Toaster. I appreciate you sticking around. Even for a bit. I don't expect people to stick around for the entirety of my stream, especially when I stream like on Tuesday, you know, close to about 4.5 hours. Yeah, you know, that makes sense. You know, my time is not the most favorable for, you know, Europeans, and vice versa. Goes left, blue goes right. Ooh, that was a really fucking spread. But not awkward enough. Okay, like, I can't stand this lady right now. The entire day it was just, oh, I'm just gonna, like, do some peaceful, and then she just goes straight to the side. Like, that was unbelievable. Oh, you're trying to follow my middle line? Here's the biggest cut. Doom. Screw you. I love it. Yeah, I deserve this to myself. I put myself in a bad mood on my way back to work today unnecessarily, so... Hello, 11. So maybe I can have a good Chen and Alice to pull me out of that mood, but... I screwed myself on the day. Hypothetical question. Shoot. Why am I've unnecessarily put such a big test of my patience right now. It's either the longest hypothetical question you've ever heard, or you fell asleep while typing it. Why did I stop shooting? That's cool. Each of the final boss? I'd lean towards the earlier side. I'd lean towards the earlier set of ones. Although I don't know for sure, because the latter set has Junko and Okina, of course. But the former set has Remy and Kaguya. Byakuren. I know Byakuren's not usually regarded as the hardest, but I struggle greatly with her. Because 13, you've got Miko, which is not too bad. Yeah, like I said, I'd lean towards the former half, because 13's got Miko, that's not too bad. 14 has Sukuna. She has a few, but, like, Thorny Path sucks. But she's not too shabby. Now, Junko is rough. Okina just has her final, which is awful. And also Snowman, which is pretty bad. I commented about Remy. The first thing I said was the first set of games has Remy and Kaguya, right? That was my initial reaction. The first set of games has Remy and Kaguya, and the second set of games has Junko and Okina. But after Okina, you've got Keiki is... I don't have too much in common with Keiki. She's not too bad for my memory purposes, but... And she doesn't really have anything that's regarded as too bad, but I really can't speak much of her. Same thing with Kamada. Sure, right? Sure, if you're doing it purely on order, then Remy would be first. Sure, that'd make it easier, but if we're just talking about difficulty as a whole, I'd still argue the first half. Like, the fact that Remy's difficult doesn't change, it just makes it more convenient for running, right? But making it more convenient, I don't think necessarily makes it easier. Of course, it gets thrown off weirdly because, like, 9 and 19 don't really count. For extra bosses, I'm pretty sure the answer to that would be the latter half, right? At least from what I've heard. Like, I know Moko is regarded as absolutely brutal, but for sure, the more modern games have the harder extras. I guess that sort of depends, because, like, Saki is not bad at all. You know, the Raiko, Adia, Wombo combo is kind of a little gross. being said, as disgusting as some of them are, like, extra stages aren't that disgusting comparatively, but... Well, at least in terms of the extra stage, because, like, Raiko and Hikari are regarded as brutal, right? Or at least brutal in terms of extra stages, right? Oh, I do hate Mamizo. I will say that. I love Mamizo as a character, but gosh, I hate that Mamizo fight. So you know what? I'm definitely gonna answer the latter half. Because, like, I think it's close, but the Mamizo one, I think, puts it over the top, at least for me. That was gross. I didn't think about the Mamizo one. And, like, the UM extra stage didn't take me too many attempts, but if you go no bomb, I don't know how long that's taken. Stop moving. Yeah, I can see that. Especially if you rock, like, no card as well. You know, add that on there. Should not have gone for that. But I did, it worked out, so you know what? Clearly thought. Come on, Bone Rocker, please. Oh, made Dallas. You are really low. Actually, that second blue wave was significantly better than the first one. Dude, it's really low on the screen there, though. Holy moly. Such a bad decision, dude. Oh, I should have gone left of that most bottommost bullet. Son of a bitch. I went right and then realized it was the wrong place to go and then panicked. Yes, it does. You have to cap them all. Get myself too low and let myself get bullied, which is the opposite of what you want to do. At least dying gives me an excuse to restart. But that's one of the things that makes Kaguya really hard, right? Because, like, Horai Barrage is not necessarily that difficult, but, Rising World, which is her final spell from her last, like, from the Impossible Quests, is a very difficult spell to cap. One of the things that makes Kaguya so dangerous. Oh, have an Iron Clear on YouTube. It's one of the 3 games I'm missing a video up on YouTube about. But I'll tell you what happened. My 1cc did not clear all of them. I don't even know if I made it to Rising World. I know I practiced Rising World because it's a fun attack in all honesty, but I never capped it. Or I never capped it on a run. I don't even think I ever got to fight during a run. Because I never really spent much time practicing the Impossible Request. Because for 1cc, as long as you beat Horai Barrage, that's all that matters. I don't know, it kind of depends on who you're playing as. It's a big part of the LNN experience, right? Because the reality of the Impossible Quest, as a lot of people say, is most of them are not that bad. Like, Rising World is the hard part of the Impossible Quests. But the rest of them are not bad. right? Like, most of them are relatively free. Even if they may not look it, at least according to top players. I don't like the third one, I think it is. The one with the crossing bullets. I hate looking at that spell, but, you know, most people will say it's, well, most at least top players I feel will say it's relatively easy. Like, most of them are smooth, right? It's just Rising World is the anomaly. When it comes down to the last words, which ones are, like, particularly problematic? Wriggles should be fine, I feel. I don't remember Mystia's that much, if it's consistent. Kaene's, I'm pretty sure, was super consistent from my practice. I'm pretty sure that was static. Marissa's was not bad. At least not nearly as bad as Raver's. And, yeah. And, was it Lunatic Rabbit? What's Raisin's last spell? That's, like, literally her hardest attack. And then Aaron's, as long as it is kind of as, like, ugly as it is, I'm pretty sure that one's still all just route as well. In fact, all of Kaguya's final spell, or possible requests, I guess, for her, I'm pretty sure are all route, except for Rising World, which is probably why it's the hardest of the possible requests. Because it's not like Marissa has her... I mean, Marissa does have her share of bad attacks, but she does not have Fantasy Seal Blink. No, not necessarily. LNN FS requires you to be Caps Lock. That stands for full spell. But you can get an LNN without it. If you want to call your run an LNN FS... I just can't handle this right now. Ugh. Like most Touhou, like, I'm pretty sure most Touhou runs, LNNs, tend to be FX. There are very few games that don't. Pretty sure the only ones that really come to mind are this game, SA, and 10 Desires. As the ones that can average not being FS. Because even if you can skip Eternal Meat, you don't want to skip Eternal Meat. It's easier than skipping Eternal Meat. Right, so, well, in 10 Desires, it's Yoshika. Yoshika's really annoying to capture her attacks because of how she heals on them. Like, her final is a real pain in the ass to capture. I think her first spell is also a little annoying. In this game, you can skip Preda, which is Yomu's mid-spell from stage 5. Which, from what I've seen in the... at least what I saw in the TWC, I'm pretty sure everyone did that. Maybe someone did it, but at least multiple people skipped it. It's like I said, technically it would be optimal to skip, but... I would be surprised if it's uncommon to skip Freda, but I definitely do see where, in terms of pure survivability, it is quote-unquote optimal. Like I said, I know I saw PWC players do that, but I wonder if some of them did that more for the sake of border manipulation, if anything. And that's actually another reason, I think. I'm pretty sure I saw them, like, skip Lyrica's spell 1. I know they... Or, not spell. Yeah. The Lyrica spell, because there's that Lyrica non that's pretty easy. That they time that one out, but I'm pretty sure they time out the Lyrica spell 2. Or at least someone did, for the sake of, I believe it's border manipulation. And, sort of just not risking picking up power. Because you're trying to power cancel. Well, technically, I think I saw them skip 2 spells, but... Those balls are low today. Although they weren't combined, so that's all that matters. Yeah, I feel like the only reason, like, if you're a top player that you would do that is if you're memeing around, right? You know, if you're comfortable with that strat and you're memeing around, then sure. Yeah, Sagma has the shotgun. She pulls it out for all non-Lunarians. If you're acting up, she just blasts you. you. Lunarians are well known for wielding weapons of mass destruction. By the way, it's worth noting, all non-Rainbow 8 characters do not have to live past the 4th wave on that Alice Mignon one. But Rainbow 8 does. Banraku again. Gross. Hooga haga hooga. Ooh. That was disgusting, Banraku. Gosh, oh my gosh, those Banraku waves are awful! You don't have to be this low again. Okay, don't get fratted on. I just like when that lineup is really nice and centered. There we go. That was a much better read of that way. You know, I'm gonna give myself a gold medal just for that Banraku. Well, maybe that's patting myself on the back a bit too much, but you know what? I want the optimism. Bring Kirigiri. Perfect lineup, just lines up right with me. Okay, Horai was bitch earlier. Don't do it again.
Hallelujah, we're on stage 4.
By the time I got here like 2 days ago, I said, man, I really have low power. That was an absolute lie. I have very low points, I meant. How much is Gray's worth in this game? I feel like I'm getting a lot of score for Grays right now. Oh, that blue ball just cut me completely. That's gonna be it for the day. That's poor. That was very poor.